Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah. How many of you actually noticed in the newspaper just recently that the Joker, the sixth iteration of the Joker, received 11 Academy Awards? 11 nominations for Academy Awards. For whatever reason, which is profound and complicated, the clown is something that humans are touched by. So tonight I want to talk to you a little bit about my clown story and what it means to me. When I was a really little girl, I slept with my sister in the bedroom with ballerinas on the wallpaper, and I used to have this dream where I would look out the window and there was a clown with a white face and a big red mouth and a big red nose waving at me. And it was really scary. And I'd call my mother and father and I'd say, "Mom, there's a clown at the window, go check." And they'd pretend to go out and look, and then they'd come back and say, "Joanne, there's no clown there. There's no clown there, go back to sleep." But I had that dream many, many times. And that clown taught me something about real fear. A little while later, when I was a little girl, my godmother was very special, and she invited me to New York City once a year and treated me like a princess. And she always took me to the Barnum and Bailey's Ringling Brothers Circus. And for me, that was the most exciting thing in the world. I would go to the circus, and I would watch all the three rings of the greatest show on earth. But I was particularly interested in the clowns who would run around and play with the people and do acrobatics. And that gave me so much joy. That clown taught me about joy. Much a while later, I was working in television, I got laid off, so I decided to go to California to see my friends. And I flew out to California, and all my friends were about to jump on this truck and go join the circus in Oregon. And I was standing there with my two suitcases thinking, I could do that. So I threw my suitcases onto the truck, jumped on the truck, and went up to Oregon for a summer, where I learned how to do acrobatics, how to juggle, how to sing, how to dance, and this little troupe of people created the most incredible, warm, safe, happy, loving place. And we went to different parks all around in Oregon and performed for the people. And that clown taught me about love. One time, we were performing in a park in Oregon, and this woman from Washington, D.C., from the Department of Labor, came over and asked whether we would be willing to take our Everybody's Family Circus to all the Indian reservations in the northwest of the United States. Because on those reservations, there was no sense of community, and there was a lot of sadness and given up hope for a lot of the people. And so we did. We jumped on a truck, and for over almost a year, I went to all the different reservations in the northwest of the United States with my little circus group. We'd pull in our truck, get out of our truck, go to the community center, and all the people would be gathered there. And the men would be in the back row looking really very disheartened, and the women mostly were in the middle talking to each other, not very interested, and the children would all be on the floor playing around. And we would say, we want to do something here. We want to create a circus. And we have 1 week to do that. And guess what? We want all of you to be in it. We want you men to build the sets. We want you women to make the costumes. And we want you kids to be in the circus. We want you to do acrobatics. We want you to be animals. And then the rest of the week, I watched as community started to happen. I'd see a man with his son making a set piece. And I'd see a mother helping her daughter make a costume. And I'd see the kids doing acrobatics and juggling and playing, pretending to be clowns. And at the end of the week, we did a circus. And the whole community was there. And there was this incredible sense of togetherness. And that clown taught me about community. A little while after that, I joined the Peace Corps, and I was sent to Managua, Nicaragua. When I got to Managua, they said, well, what can you do? Teach English. And I said, well, I'm a clown. And they said, aha, what we want you to do is drive into the poorest barrios in Managua and be a clown and teach them about health. I said, oh, I can do that. So I drove in my little car into these really poor barrios in the center of Managua, and all the children would start running out. La payasa está aquí. Doña Joanna, la payasa. And they all come around me, and I'd hop out of my car, and in mime, I would show them that if they didn't get vaccinated, they would get really sick. And if they didn't wash their hands, when they ate, they might throw up. And if they didn't boil their water, they would never be strong and healthy. And that clown taught me about connection and communication. Well, a little bit while later, I had 2 children. And when my daughter was 2, I thought, well, hey, I'm a clown. I guess maybe I should be a clown at her birthday party. So we invited all these children. We were living in India at the time. And I dressed up in my clown character with my white face and everything, and all the little children came and they were scared to death of me. And they all started crying. But my own children were curious about the magic, and they looked at me and they were like, are you Mom? Are you really Mom? They didn't know. There was this mystery in magic. And that clown taught me about magic. Why am I telling you this story? Because in thinking about it, I realized that that work was the most spiritual work that I ever have done. Why was it spiritual? Because somehow I was commenting on the human condition. I was able to connect with people in such an incredible way. Why, I don't know, but when you put on your face, you put on your grease paint, you paint your face, you become a clown. You actually take off that civilization mask that we all wear and keep ourselves very proper, right? But when you're a clown, you can go right into people's lives. You can love them in ways that you would never do. Or you could sit on their lap and you could commiserate with them and cry if you needed to. Or you could make a comment about the human condition. And you could be utterly intimate in a way that you never can in real life. And so, I think the lesson that I'd like to leave all of you tonight is this, that as hard as life is, and we know things are pretty sad right now, and the world is very scary, but if you communicate, and if you connect, you will find love. And when you find love, you'll find community. And that is magic. And so I want to leave you with one thought. Don't feel sad about the world. Create a little magic.